There's an interesting conversation that was on the Bill Good show the other day. And it is this, you know, I'm seeing Pam, you're shaking your head. And I agree with you 100%. You see, here's the case. Is it the fault? There was a case where there was a kid who had his bike stolen. Anybody remember this story? A little 7-year-old kid had his bike stolen, and the thief got feeling guilty about stealing the little kid's bike, so he returned it somewhere near where it was taken with a sign on it. Remember seeing that? Okay, but the conversation on open line talk shows was this: hey, how sad is society when we blame the kid because he didn't lock his bike? We don't blame the thief for taking it. Sad but true. That's what's happened to society today, and more so in urban areas than out in the rural areas. You know, I was talking to some people today. In fact, that was a conversation with you and I, Rick, wasn't it, about if somebody stole a car in Fort St. John? Yeah. Right? You think you'd get away with that? Everybody in Fort St. John pretty well knows everybody. Oh, there's Rick's car. Where's Rick? What's that guy doing? No, that's not Rick. You know, you couldn't pull off a stunt like that in a small town. But in Vancouver, people not only wouldn't know, they don't care. I have seen cases with a car alarm going off and a guy's there trying to go in with a coat hanger through the window. And people think, oh, let me help you with that. Poor guy must have left his keys inside. And it's a guy breaking in.
House alarms are exactly the same. Like
exactly.
If anyone's house alarm's going off, you never ever, like,
you don't pay no mind to it.
And seeing what's going on.
Exactly. So society has been desensitized to this kind of stuff. Is that a shame? Deadly a shame. It's like your kind of information. Deadly a shame. But you know what? Get over it. That's the way it is. And we have to deal with it. Remember I said before, I'd rather be wrong on the cautious side than be wrong and proven to be a victim because I wasn't as cautious as I should have been. Right? So again, it goes back to being my fault. So transporting electronic data or any kind of data from your vehicle. How many people have done this? You've gone to a mall and you've taken your purse or your laptop or a briefcase or whatever the case may be, some valuables that you just bought, and the first thing you do is you go around to the back of the car, you open up the trunk and you put the stuff in the trunk, close the lid and go into the mall. How many people have done that? We all have. Right? And those people that aren't agreeing to me, they just don't want to put your hand up. Okay? And we've all done it. I'm suggesting change your habit. Think before you go to the public parking lot. If you need to have your purse in the trunk, put it in before you leave where you left. Okay? Because a lot of these thieves have markers at these parking lots. Okay? Why did you put the stuff in the trunk? Oh, because there's value there. Okay, so if there's one trunk I'm going to break into, which one's it going to be? The one I already know there's value in. So why give them that opportunity? The other thing is, if you've got a car that you can pull down the seat from the back seat and put stuff in through the back seat into the trunk, do it that way. It's less conspicuous. Does that make sense? Right? Again, it's think about this stuff. And if you think, oh man, I'm just about to get to the mall and I forgot to do that. Oh, pull over, go into a gas station, move the stuff in the back. One lady said, no, I can't put my purse in the back. What if a cop stops me and wants to see my registration? My driver's license. Well, he says it has to be here. And I go, yeah, it's the law says it has to be in the car. Where is your purse? It's in the trunk. Is the trunk part of your car? Yeah, okay, it's in the car. You're satisfying the law. Think about this stuff. Put it away so it can't be seen. Laptops on front seats. I have seen how many people have got stuff on your seat in your car downstairs. Right? I see it all the time. All the time.
Or when you get out of your car, you should take the key with you. One of the latest scams is they put something on your back window. You get in your car in the parking lot. Oh, what's that? You get out, You left your keys in the ignition, they take your car, they jack your car right under your nose, and they've got your registration, your address, everything. Your whole ID gone.
Yep. See, one of the tricks out there right now is to put paper on your car. So you get in the car and you start to, oh, look, there's stuff on there, I better go get it off the car. No. Drive a block and then take it off. Because they did that to get you out of your car with it running. See, again, these guys are masters. Okay, because how long does it take? It's seconds. Okay, here's a classic. Again, it doesn't really apply to this group, but here's a classic of where this business ran out of room to put storage. So they put a shelf around, you know, as you can see, a foot or so down from the ceiling in the washroom.
Oh, no.
So that's where all their historic files are. Does that not put a whole new meaning to the word, may I use your bathroom? Right? Again, hey, they were tight on space, and there's space. It works. So, again, we don't think about these kind of things. Let me tell you a story. I was talking to a guy who was a business owner, big staff of people, a big office, and they have had this business for 25 years. I'm talking to him about this kind of stuff. And he says, oh, this wouldn't apply to us. Remember that classic line I used earlier? This won't apply to us. We've had this business for 25 years. I said, there's stuff going on. I says, I'll tell you what. I will not charge you if what you tell me is true. If I come in, I'll give you a full one. I do these vulnerability risk assessments, and I said I will do an office business risk assessment for you. That's worth about $600. I said I will do that for free for you if what you tell me is true. But as soon as I find something, we're back on the clock. And I wasn't in there for 5 minutes, and we started putting a list of stuff together. See, the problem was he didn't see this because he'd had this office for 25 years. Things evolve. Things evolve. He doesn't even see. I walk in there and go, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? Right? Because, and here, by the way, is your photocopiers. If you've used digital photocopiers, they have memories. This puts a whole new meaning to the ad that we heard coming in here about an office auction that's taking place this weekend coming up, where photocopiers, computers, and printers are being sold. They all have hard drives with memories. Those machines are worthless, but the hard drive with the 20,000 plus documents in them aren't. I talked with the manager yesterday of one of the Staples stores, and they're now with their digital and their, you know, in the Uprint area that you have, they have now got a setup where they purge those memories every night before they close.
What about these recycling places where you drop off, you know, your computer that you no longer need because it's 5, 6, 7-year-old, and what happens to those?
You take the hard drive out before you deliver them, because your hard drive's got all your everything. Now, see, here's the question. Somebody says, well, you know, I delete everything before I took it there.
You can forensically get it back.
Yep. Yeah, you see, how many people are familiar with NCR paper? Let me give you something really simple to understand. NCR paper, you know how that works, right? You write on the white copy, and all of a sudden the yellow and the pink and the blue all of a sudden have that same marking on them. Okay, so now I realize I've made a mistake, and I correct the white paper. Did I correct it on the other ones? No. So when you say you've deleted files from your computer, all you've done is taken them off the white copy. All the other copies still have your files in them.
Is there any way to get rid of it?
Yes. It's called scrubbing. You can buy programs to scrub it, or you can take it to your computer IT guy that you use and have them scrub it. In fact, it's almost the same price. To do it yourself and have somebody pro do it, it's almost the same price. The other one is to take the hard drive out and literally destroy it. The RCMP now, what they do, if they swap equipment now as they rotate their equipment, they take the hard drives out, put dates on them, and put them on a shelf. Okay? So, open offices, I'm going to skip that. It doesn't apply here. Interesting shot. This is a shot I took from a camera from my cell phone. Back in the days when it was just 2 little pixel camera, a useless camera. You can see on there, if you look close, the reflection. You can see I took it through a window. This was in an office, standing on a busy sidewalk, looking through their window. when I went to show this picture to the guy whose office that was, he says, yeah, interesting picture. That guy who has that is pretty foolish. And I says, that happens to be your office. And he says, no, it can't be. I said, come on outside, let me show you. See, he was too, you know, that couldn't be me. Right? Does they see a common thread here? You know, and it says, you know, it's not going to happen to me. Right? And so you could literally read those papers and what was on the computer from outside. And that's what this whole office is. I can take you to banks where you can look at the computer of the manager by standing outside the window looking in. You know, as a customer of that bank, how does that make you feel? What if your file happened to be up and that person has to go to a bathroom break? Are they going to clear that computer before they go to the bathroom or go get a cup of coffee? No, it's going to be there. Some guy out the window looking. Okay? It's, you know, and in a files, how available. If you're even running a business from home and you've got files on a table and you've got the delivery guy coming in, what's available to be picked up? Right?